Dallas has just been on a tear. I believe we can attribute that to Jason Robertson. Also, Jake Ottinger, who's really stepped in.
Yeah, so we can compare a rookie QB to a toddler. Hayward's absence for this game will be significant, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game turns into a blowout as of late.
The Golden Knights just can't pull it. I really think the Avalanche are determined this year.
They made so many moves and grabbed so many guys that they have to win a championship or at least make the finals. They were on our championship and bust.
The same self, the only year he won an MVP was the year he cheated, which really should put something against that MVP. But
Yeah, and as a Cowboys fan, I have learned how dangerously good Aaron Rodgers has been with he can just thread a pass.
Hello, I am Ruby Ackerman, and you are listening to Outsider's Opinion with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our fun episode of the week. We're going to bring this back as we're kind of in the lull of NBA, NHL, MLB. We just did one, NFL ramping up. So I had some time and I did some would you rathers for Austin. We're going to do a video later and Austin will ask me questions. There are 5 would you rathers. I'm going to go with the first one, Austin. Take as much time as you need. You play Kyle Korver in a 3-point contest, or you get to choose any NBA Finals game that has happened, and you get to be in that stadium.
so I could just, for fun, just once, just have a 3-point competition against him, against Corver,
Yeah, I guess.
or I could go to any NBA Finals game.
Like,
Just one game.
you can go to one game of your choosing. So
Does it have to be the finals?
in the past. Oh, you're picking the finals?
I said, does it have to be the finals?
Yes.
You see, I would do the Corver one because I already know what's going to happen in the game. So I feel like it'd kind of lessen the excitement around the entire experience. So I would rather play against Corver in a 3-point competition because I feel like I'd gain more from that, considering that it's not something I've already done before or seen before.
Interesting. Okay. So you wouldn't, like, be hyped with the environment?
No, because I'd already know what was going to happen.
Okay.
Like, for example, if I did Game 7 Cavs versus Warriors, would it be all that exciting to see something that you already knew was going to happen?
I would be excited to hear the crowd's excitement, like, and the hype in that stadium.
I get that. I think I'm going to go with Corver, though.
Okay, cool. So now this one involves you playing again. You will shoot 40% from the field as long as you have less than 10 assists, or you see The Dark Knight for the first time.
Oh, so this isn't even sports. So the first one is you will be able to shoot 40% from the field. Only 40%?
Only 40%.
Like on the dot 40%. Like
yes, it will be 40%. Yeah.
I make 2, I miss 3. I make 2, I miss 3. I make 2, I miss 3.
Yeah.
Is that from anywhere on the court?
Yeah. You will have
as long as I have
line
less than 10 assists.
Yes. So your stat line at the end of the game, as long as you have under 10 assists, will be 40% from the field.
Yeah, I'd have to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. There are some
I could make it to the league only shooting half-court bombs and shooting 40%. I would easily make it to the league because I'm just like that's never been done before.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, yeah. And there's at least one sports thing, but I also wanted to appeal to you in other ways. Like the next one. This one has like a made up ending. So Yankees signed Brett Gardner for the rest of the season and he can play in the playoffs.
Ooh, that's a big part of it because I wouldn't want them to. I don't think he's going to retire, and I think he'll probably come back next season because literally every outfielder not named Judge sucked this season. I know Stanton was hurt, so I'm not going to blame him, but literally every other outfielder was just atrociously terrible for us. So we could have used Gardner's stellar defense and veteran presence, but continue.
So, spoilers for the Batman. So I know you don't like the ending. So I came up with this ending. So everything goes up to Riddler being caught. And like his plan and stuff. And how he's like Riddler followers. One of those Riddler followers takes his place in the prison when Batman goes to see him. So Riddler escaped. And the bombs then the bombs start to go off. And the little Madison Square Garden where the mayor speaks?
Yeah.
The mayor falls down on a rope. She's dead. And it's the Riddler. Basically, the mayor ends up being killed by the Riddler. And then the end. It's over.
Are you saying that the person they caught was not the Riddler?
No.
Or are you saying that the Riddler somehow escaped?
So my theory, the Riddler escapes, but like his followers help him. Because like, how is a cop not one of the Riddler followers? So like, there are people in the system that support Riddler.
You know what? I actually like that because Gotham is so it is so corrupt that if you would have said that in any other society, I probably would say that's nonsensical. But Gotham's supposed to be this dystopian, terrible place. So yeah, I think that's an acceptable ending.
Well, yeah. So would you rather have that ending to the Batman or Brett Gardner sign with the Yankees for the rest of the year?
If Brett Gardner could play in the playoffs, I'd rather have Brett Gardner.
Okay. He would play in the playoffs.
Then yes. If we broke the rules of baseball and allowed that to happen, then yes.
Well, yeah. And we're already breaking cinema rules by changing the ending.
Yeah.
So, highly recommend the Batman. Very good movie. Even though I just spoiled the ending. Or partially
No,
spoiled.
you didn't.
Well, I partially spoiled it.
Not really.
Oh, yeah. Well,
All they know is that didn't happen.
yeah. So, look it out. If you're not, you should watch Batman. It's good. So, okay, I've given you 3. Now, the NHL gets rid of LTIR, or you live in Gotham for a week.
Do I get to decide where? Or am I living
Yeah,
in like
you
the
can
slums?
you can live in Gotham wherever, but you're in Gotham.
Is this in a world where Batman already exists?
Yes. So
Then
you
I'd rather
can-
live in Gotham.
Okay.
Because the LTIR, I think, is effective. If it had the rule that it didn't, you couldn't play in the playoffs with over the cap. It's the over the cap part. You can't play in the regular season with the LTIR player because when they come off the LTIR, they now are against the cap. But in the playoffs, there are no cap restrictions. So if the what if would change to there are cap restrictions in the playoffs, I would rather do that. Because the cap restrictions in the playoffs actually would work, in my opinion. Because that's what the issue is that there's no cap restriction in the playoffs, so you can just put all your good players on the LTIR with fake injuries if you wanted, and then have a God squad for the playoffs.
Gotcha. Yeah, but it just gets.
But to
rid of
answer what you gave me, I'd rather live in Gotham.
Okay, cool. Because you could potentially meet Batman, or like any of his villains.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. All right, now your final one. I saved this one for last. So, option 1. Judge hits a walk-off grand slam against the Houston Astros to go to the World Series. Or you guarantee that Aaron Judge will be a Yankee for his entire career.
Wow. There's no guarantee he leaves, correct? If you pick the first one, there's no guarantee he stays, but there's no guarantee he leaves, correct?
What do you mean? That's
like you're saying that
it's like up to him. So he could still stay, but you don't have that guarantee that he will stay.
I would rather the first then, because I feel like the reason why he would leave is mainly because he's the entire team right now. But I think with a World Series appearance, he couldn't be the only one to lead us there. So I feel like he'd want to stay.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're going to pick option 1.
I mean, also, and that means that we'd have to either pass the Astros in the standings, or we would beat the Astros in 4 or 5 games, because that's the only way we could hit a walk-off grand slam and go to the World Series, because it goes 2-3-2. So we'd have to beat them in 4 or 5, and I'd love to destroy the Astros in the playoffs. So that's just way too enticing to pass up.
Okay, gotcha. That's why I wanted to save it for last, because I was very interested. So that's all I got for my Would You Rathers. We'll do this part 1, I guess. Would You Rather part 1 with one co-host. That won't be the name. We'll figure it out. But that's how it is. That's what it is. Hope you enjoyed it. Now you know Austin is a huge Batman fan. I believe you should get that from how we talked about Dark Knight and all that. But that's all I got. Austin, how do you feel about the experience?
Oh, it was good, and I enjoyed it. I think I'm going to have better questions for you, mainly because of the dread that is being a Dallas fan. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I am very intrigued, and I'm very intrigued how I would answer them, given what your questions are. But as for the future, let us know. Stay tuned, and thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.